Well. So Devin Haney is going at Sylvester Stallone, a.k.a. Rocky Balboa. Trying to say that Sylvester Stallone acting like a fighter, talking like a fighter. He ain't no damn fighter. He don't even know how to identify how to throw a left hook. And I'm just paraphrasing, right? Now, look, I understand where Devin Haney is coming from in terms of, yes, Sylvester Stallone is not a real sanctioned boxer and things of that nature. But let me say it like this. Sylvester Stallone, as Rocky Balboa, has inspired and motivated and has impacted so many people around the world that Rocky Balboa, Sylvester Stallone, is more impactful than a Devin Haney, who is an actual fighter. Now, this ain't no a shade to throw at Devin Haney, because I understand what he's trying to say. Yeah, at the end of the day, nobody brought up the story and nobody brought up the life of a fighter quite like Sylvester Stallone, a.k.a. Rocky Balboa. And look, Sylvester Stallone, he trained like a fighter. He trained with fighters, Roberto Duran, just to bring out that character, to bring that to life. To the point, yo, let me tell you something about actors and stuff like that. I'm from New York City. I already know this is Punch on Boxing, aka Mr. Moonshine himself. And so I've met several actors, and the work that they put in, and the training and things of that nature. Sometimes these guys gotta go seek therapy after they film, after they finish the play, after they finish the series, so they could, get back to themselves, because they go into that character so deep, they embody it, they become that. And it seems like, yes, Sylvester Stallone does talk like if he's really a fighter, really Rocky Balboa at times. But look at the years that he put in to embody that character. Look at the years that he put in training and putting his body into that type of training to bring out probably the best fighter, boxer character in the history of film. And like I said, his film and Rocky Balboa has inspired, motivated, and impacted more human beings around the world than Devin Haney could ever. If you tell me, well, who would I choose? In the end of the day, Devin Haney or Rocky Balboa to inspire and motivate the people, I would say, hey, the film of Sylvester Stallone, Rocky, from Rocky 1 or Rocky, even the Creed movie. Let me tell you something about this. And how inspiring it is, and how vicariously it also has inspired guys like Devin Haney. He might not admit it, but let me educate the brother. The good thing about how I like how Sylvester Stallone actually wrote that movie, especially for the part for Carl Weathers, a.k.a. Apollo, and rest in peace, is that he wrote a character for Apollo as a empowering human being, as a promoter, a self-promoter, a boss, a guy that kept his money even throughout the Rocky movies and even throughout the Creed movie. Now think about it, in the 70s, a black fighter, his own boss. Unheard of. But who created that? Rocky. Rocky created and wrote for a guy like Carl Weathers and his character Apollo. A guy that spoke well, a guy that seems very highly educated. Yes, came from the slums, as we all saw it in Rocky 3, where he needed to go back. But look how he created Apollo Creed, which inspired many African Americans just not to be a fighter, but to be a boss and to be his own promoter, just like DHP, Devin Haney. Nobody ever painted a picture like that. So even the way that he wrote inspired people like you, Devin Haney, people like Floyd Mayweather. Think about it. Apollo Creed was the first Floyd Mayweather. So, I think that the Rocky series is actually impactful. I think all these guys, all fighters. Think about it this way. I'm gonna give you another example. Marines. And shout out to all the Marines. Shout out to all the people that have served this country for freedom and things of that nature, right? Not every Marine goes to war. Not every Marine goes to combat. Is that less of a Marine? When they come back home, are you going to be like, you're not really a Marine because you didn't go to war, you didn't really fight, but you trained? See, these Marines actually does train for combat. But that doesn't mean every Marine go out there and be on the field. Or get chosen to be in the field like that, right? But they still Marines. Apollo Creed, Rocky Balboa, man, they train like fighters. Yeah, they're not sanctioned professional, but at the end of the day, the hard work that they put in, and let me tell you like this, you know that back in the days, there was no AI. So their body, the way it was ripped, as a matter of fact, they was working just as hard as fighters themselves. Did they go out there and fight? Did they go out there and fight a 12-round, 15-round bout? No. But you're going to take away the training that he did with Roberto Duran and things of that nature? No. At the end of the day, you train like a fighter more than even fighters. I know there's fighters that don't even train just as hard as Sylvester Stallone, even in this age. That's inspiring in itself. Was he a fighter? As a boxer, no, but he was a fighter outside of the ring for himself to inspire even writers and directors and even fighters. I don't think that nobody has inspired more. I don't think there's an actor that has inspired more than even the Sylvester Stallone. So is he a fighter? We all fighters in our own way. That's the beauty thing about the sport of boxing, because fans, we do live vicariously through fighters. We do live vicariously sometimes through that 12-round bout that you, Devin Haney, is also win. We are emotionally invested in you guys in the ring. At the end of the day, not everybody going to be a fan of every fighter, but we could appreciate that you risk your life out there in that ring, because that's something that many humans won't do. So I understand that you don't want to compare, like, yo, don't compare Rocky or Sylvester Stallone to me, because I actually go out there and risk my life. It's even a risk to be a celebrity just like a Sylvester Stallone and just like you, Devin. That's why you walk around bodyguards, right? It's a fight. It's a fight against the system. It's a fight against haters. It's a fight. It's always a fight. There's also glory within the fight. So yeah, I understand what Devin Haney is saying, but I don't agree in the larger part, because the larger part, the most important thing that Sylvester Stallone created has been one of the most inspiring and motivation films and character in the history of the world. Not just America, but in history of the world. That Rocky IV was just not about Drago and Rocky. It was more about the countries that around that time was at odds, in Russia and USA. Also, those movie, you know what I'm saying, think about it. If you ask any man, I wish my woman was like Adrian. The film did more than just two dudes fighting in the ring. I gotta congratulate Sylvester Stallone for it. We all inspired by Rocky. We all watch Rocky. So let's not throw Sylvester Stallone under the bus and what he's done in his career.